Good day and welcome to the show, Soul Covers. We are here from an undisclosed hotel location, still out of the country on vacation. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, go follow us on Twitter at Soul Covers, get these bets as I place them. Yeah, haven't posted a video in 3 days, just been real busy. Trying to enjoy myself, trying to keep up with all this stuff is a bit of a challenge. Just looking back quickly on the last 3 days worth of bets. Day number one, I think that was Tuesday. We had three bets. First three bets on my screen. We go 2-1. We had some luck that broke our way, and we had some luck that did not go our way. With the Minnesota Timberwolves, we were holding a -1.5 in a game that closed at Minnesota -5.5 or -6. They give up a 24-point lead in the fourth quarter to cost us that ticket. So just really unlucky there. But we do manage to cash the over on Boston and New York due to overtime going in that game. That bet would not have won if that game didn't go to overtime. So get lucky, get unlucky. We also cashed the Thunder -8.5. We liked that bet. Doesn't matter who was playing that game. We just knew OKC were going to bounce back. We saw that Boston New York game go to overtime, and we look at the following day's slate. We see the Magic are playing the Celtics again in a game that's not going to mean much for Boston. So we knew that just go bet Orlando. Even though I didn't feel great about it, we ended up holding an Orlando +3.5. That game closed at Magic -7 or something, or -8. We also cashed Nuggets and Kings over. Projections like that, the market like that. Too easy. Don't even need my opinion to go into that one. And then today we split our bets. We had the Pistons. We actually walked into that game with a bad ticket. That game closed around Pistons -4, but I just didn't like the spot for the Knicks. No OG, no Josh Hart. Like, they're already a very shallow team as is. Pistons coming off two straight losses. They've been so good after a loss and after two losses. Yeah, I've been posting these Reddit pick of the days. It might be most of my audience here is coming from Reddit. Just getting a lot of fucking chirping. A lot of people just chirping halfway through the game. Like, just if you're gonna clap at me. At least clap after the game is over, after the bet has lost, because yeah, like Pistons down by 10 at halftime. I was about to chalk that one up, but they come out and win the game in the fourth quarter. Had a great fourth quarter. Brunson really sold the Knicks. And then we also had the over in Cavs Pacers. That game closed at 2:35. So walked into that game with a great ticket. Didn't cash. So that's all right. We've got 15 games on the slate. I've got 3 bets locked in. Yeah, we're definitely going to be skipping some games, to say the least. And it's just some very wonky games that are hard to bet into. First game we've got is the Pistons and Bucks. This game opened at around 4.5, maybe 5.5 at the sharp books. We see both teams coming into this on a back-to-back. I've been using this website called playoffstatus.com to have a look at like the standings probabilities. Currently, the Pistons are 25% chance at the 5 seed. Bucks are a 75% chance at the 5 seed. So I think the Bucks, they want to keep that 5 seed because that way they don't have to play the Knicks. They have not played well against the Knicks this season. I think they're 1-3 or 0-4. Whereas they've done a lot better this season against the Pacers. So I expect both teams to come into this and play their full squad. As for the Pistons, they've also played. They've played well against the Knicks. I truthfully can't recall off the top of my head how they've played against the Pacers, but I expect this game to be played as if they're both competing for a playoff spot. Projections at Pistons -3. We've got a line at 5.5. I currently don't have any bets on this game. I certainly would lean on the Bucks. Jaden Ivey, he won't be playing, but he has been cleared for basketball activities, so he might be back in the playoffs. Looks like we've seen a little bit of overaction as well, maybe moving up about half a point. Yeah. So yeah, Bucks and over would be my leans for this one, but I currently have no bets so far. Next, we have Magic and Pacers. Pacers more or less locked into that 4 seed. They've got like a 95% chance of that 4 seed, coming off a game where they beat the Cavs B team. Orlando, they are not on a back to back. Well, we see Orlando, they are resting a lot of players. Well, they've got a lot of players marked as questionable. Let's just have a quick look at the Magic's playoff probabilities. Magic are locked into the 7 seed. Hence why you can see such a big spread for the Pacers. It opened at 6.5 at the rec books, now at 7.5. This game has pretty much no meaning for either team, to be honest. So, look, I'd say probably Pacers total. I don't even. Let's just skip this game. It's a meaningless game. Sixers and Hawk. Um, we have the Hawks coming off a big win against the Nets. We have the Sixers. They actually won a game. Like they won and they were favored, which I did not understand them being favored at all. We have the Hawks who are have an 80+% chance of the 8 seed. They are more or less locked into that 8 seed. We have the Sixers. They are not going to be making the playoffs. We have a spread that heavily favors the Hawks. Uh, yeah, 11. This opened at 11. It has not moved off that 11. We got this game modeled at 6. Do I want to be back in the Sixers? They got nothing to play for. Not really. We have seen some interesting movement around the total. We saw the rec books open at around 238.5, and we saw the sharper books open at 241. They have since met in the middle at around 240. I'd say probably over is your best bet in this game, but I do not have any action on this one. Hornets Celtics. Here's a game where we do have action. We got a spread that opened at Celtics not -19. Now it's Celtics -20. Do I want to be backing the Celtics as 20-point favorites when they've got nothing to play for? Absolutely not. Do I want to back the Hornets either? No, not really. We've seen the sharper books move down off 19.5 to 19. Looking at the injury report, Celtics, they actually have a clean injury report. That is really, yeah, they have a clean injury report. None of their team is on, yeah. Oh, Jaylen Brown is on the injury report, but I think, yeah. So look, I'd say probably Celtics. Sure, we got this game projected at Celtics -23.5. Uh, Hornets, Miles Bridges is out as well. Where we have our action is we are on the over here. We played over 213.5 for 2.5 units. Sorry, over 213 for 2.5 units. Projections got this game at 225.5. We see circa 214.5. We see bookmaker at 214.5. So we picked up an over ticket, just saw that the sharper books were hanging a higher number. We see the projections like the over. Been chatting to a few buddies of mine. They also like the over. So we're going to roll with it. I'd say, yeah, I don't think the team total markets are available at the moment, but Celtics team total over would also be worth a sniff if you don't trust the Hornets. I don't mind the over here, given that the Celtics not going to be playing much defense this game either. They're just going to want to get through this game healthy. So let's move on. We are on the over in Hornets Celtics. Cavs and Knicks. So I haven't even entered the opening spread into this. This spread opened at around 8.5, 9. It is now at 10. Cavs coming in on a back-to-back. We do not have the injury report for either of these teams. Both teams are more or less locked into their seeding. Cavs 100% chance at the first seed. Knicks 97% chance at the 3 seed. I expect both teams to rest players. I have absolutely nothing on this game. It is a meaningless game. Projections like the over. I don't mind the over as well. Let's see if it's moved at all from the sharp books. And no, it hasn't. Now, yeah, obviously the Cavs probably going to sit out Mitchell, Garland, Mobley, lots of over players in there. But let's move on to Wizards Bulls. Bulls. Let's have a look at the Bulls. Where are they? What's their playoff seeding like? They have 85% chance at the 9 seed, 12% chance at the 8 seed. They'll definitely be competing in this game. Like they would love to get that 8 seed, get 2 chances at the playoffs. Yeah, obviously the Wizards got nothing to play for. Let's have a look at the injury report. Bulls clean injury report. I would expect all of their players to come out and play this one. Yeah, we have a spread that's at Bulls minus 16.5. Projections at Bulls minus 12.5, 14.5. Projections do like the under in this matchup. Now, I need to see any line movement on the total because we saw it open at 235 at the rec books, open at 236 at the sharp books. Hasn't really moved off that number. This is one that I will try to monitor a little bit. We've seen maybe a little bit of over action. A few sharper books putting some vig on the over, so it's tough to bet an under with 2 of these top 5 pace teams. Yeah, so we're probably going to stay off this total, but that's what we've got the total projected at. Moving on to Heat and Pelicans. Yeah, projections like the over, but that accounts for, Trey Murphy, Zion, CJ, they are all out for the season. We have the Heat who have a 93% chance at the 10 seed. Look, I'm just going to skip this game. This is not worth talking about at all. Raptors, Mavericks. Let's have a look at the injury report because, we got this game projected as a pick'em. Yeah, it's minus 11. So we need to see this Raptors injury report. We see Scotty Barnes is in. Scotty Barnes is in, but he will only be playing 24 minutes. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl is out. Anthony Davis is probable. Dinwiddie and Clay are questionable. Honestly, I do not mind the Raptors here, even though they are missing some guys. They've just been a covering machine this whole season. This is one that I will look out for the sharp book, see if they move at all towards the Raptors. I would not mind picking up a Raptors ticket. They have been the 2nd or 3rd best team against the spread this entire season. And like Dallas, they've got their play-in spot. I think they are more or less locked into that 9 seed as well. We'll quickly look that up. And Dallas, 96% chance of the 10 seed. So yeah, I don't mind Raptors here. Let's just wait on some market movement because it is tough to bet into some of these games. Next, Grizzlies and Nuggets. This is a game where we've got our most action in. So, Grizzlies coming off a very tough loss against Minnesota at home. Now flying to Denver. Second game back-to-back in altitude. We are holding a Memphis +7 ticket, and that spread is still available. And we are also holding an over 239, and I do not believe 239 is still available. I just think it's too many points for Denver, especially without Jamal Murray is doubtful. I do not expect him to play. Jalen Wells, obviously, he's out for the Grizzlies. Glad he's okay. He's doesn't have any sort of serious injury. Yeah, it's just a pretty simple cap. I just think it's too many points for Denver. They got their little boost for firing their coach. Let's see them do it again against a Grizzlies team that, they lost to the Timberwolves, but they have been playing a lot better lately. Give me the points here with Memphis. They've been deep. They were really good earlier in the year after a loss and on back-to-backs against the spread. So we'll see how they do in this spot. Yeah, just think it's too many points for Denver, who also haven't performed well against good teams. We're also on the over here at 239. Let's have a look for the best available number. I have seen some of the sharper books move their totals up. Yeah, we have a consensus market at 241 and a half. Best available line for the over is 241 at FanDuel, or 240 and a half at ESPN Bet. And again, yeah, we just got two top five over teams, two top five pace teams. Projection total at 247. Just take the over. Denver home games also always an over spot. So yeah, we've got 2 units each. Memphis +7 still available, and the over 239. 2 units on each. Nets Timberwolves. Timberwolves really want to win this game, so we see this spread at 19. We won't have an injury report for the Timberwolves, but I expect their entire team to play. They want to do as well as possible in this just jumbled Western Conference. Timberwolves currently, yeah, that they can finish anywhere from 4th through to 8th, so they'll be playing everyone. Nets, Cam Johnson out, D'Angelo Russell was out. They just got pummeled by the Hawks. Yeah, I'd say probably Timberwolves, but nothing from me on the spread or the total. Maybe I'll have to dive into this one a little bit more. We know the Nets, they aren't a team you want to back when they're sitting out Cam Johnson. He is somehow really important for them against the spread. They're like 60% against the spread with Cam Johnson in the lineup. Thunder, Jazz. Thunder, their injury report is just like they're not playing anyone this game. No Dort, no Shea, no Jalen Williams, no Cason Wallace, no. They're literally not playing their top 8 players. Isaiah Joe is their best player, or Aaron Wiggins. Yet they're still favored by 11, 10 and a half points. Jazz, usual suspects, not playing this game. We've seen some movement towards the over, which, yeah, like I understand it. Like both teams are going to play pace up. Dort, Caruso, Holmgren, Hartenstein, all under players. The Thunder's defense is not going to be as good this game. So let's have a look at what's the best We've seen it move up from 232 to around 234 now. Let's see what the best available number is. This is probably one of the better bets on the board. You can get a 233 at Bet Rivers. I do not mind that, because we see most of the market at 233 and a half, 234. We see Circa's just moved up to 234. Yeah, see, I've got a book in Australia that just matches the lines of Bet Rivers, but I can't access it while I'm on vacation. I can only access a few of them, so we might have to pick up an over ticket. I do not have it at the moment. If you have Bet Rivers available, I would go play that over 233 and a half. Spurs and Suns. Spread opened at 3.5, now at 4.5. We have both teams have a day's worth of rest. Let's have a look at this injury report. We have both teams have nothing to play for. The Suns are out of the playoff mix, so we have Spurs, no Devin Vassell, no Soha, no God, I can't remember his name. It's not Johnson. He's the short, stocky lefty. I just can't remember what his first name is. K Johnson. God. KD is out. Nick Richards is out. I'd say probably Suns. Like they can't just go out of this season with a whimper. We do have the big edge towards the over, but there's just a lot of guys sitting out. The Suns have really been struggling to score without KD, but going against the Spurs defense, worst defense in the NBA since the All-Star break, I wouldn't mind an over. We have not seen the sharp books move off that 232 and a half. We have seen a bit of line movement towards the Suns though, so maybe Suns, maybe over. I did not have any bets on this game so far. Here we've got Warriors and Trailblazers. Trailblazers are done for the season. They are also starting to sit out some guys. Denny, one of our favorite players, Denny is doubtful. Simons is out. Scoot is out. Shaden Sharp is questionable. Just going to be a very gross lineup for both teams. Warriors going to be playing their entire team. I would say Warriors probably the better side here. As for the total, probably under, to be honest. Like, no Shaden Sharp, no Denny. Like, I don't expect any of the Blazers players to play. Let's have a look at the any sharp book, any of the sharp books moving their totals around on this game. We see Circa has opened at 226.5 and has just stayed there. Bookmakers at 227 and sorry about this. Just give us one moment. Just seeing where bookmakers moved. So yeah, bookmakers stayed at 227. I might look into taking an under for this game. Like Trailblazers just missing like Simons, Shaden Sharp, Denny, all over players for the Blazers. Both teams like middle of the pack pace. That's a bet. That's probably one of the better bets on the board. If you can get an under 227.5, I will be looking for that. Next, we have Clippers and Kings. Opened at 7, but then Zubac and Norman Powell are both questionable. This game definitely means a lot more for the Clippers. Kings are locked into that 9 seed, more or less. Clippers have a lot of wiggle room between 4 and 8. Keegan Murray is questionable. Yeah, like I said, Zubac is questionable. Powell questionable. I certainly lean on the Kings. We did see this line move to around 6.5. That is due to the Clippers injury report. I do not think that's sharp action. Yeah, this is a difficult one to bet into. Just given, the Clippers got a lot more motivation, but they've also got a lot more injury risk. I do not want to bet on the Clippers without Zubac and without Powell. Kawhi should play. Total projected at 231. I don't mind that over, to be honest. Like, if Zubac sits out, that's really important for the Clippers defense. We have seen bit of big changes towards the over 226 at Bookmaker. What do we see at Circa? God, yeah. Normally I've got like 3 monitors, able to just quickly flick through all of this. I've just got one screen and my phone. Is very challenging. It's a very low quality video. So if you're still tuning in right now, we do appreciate your support. Circa has not moved the total over as well. So over, not a bad bet to place, especially with the injury risk with Zubac. Rockets and Lakers, both teams more or less locked into the playoff seedings. Rockets going to be resting a bunch of players. I'm honestly not even going to go into this game. So let's have a look at our best bets. We've got 3 bets locked in so far, 2 of which are still available. Well, you can still pick up a 213.5 at FanDuel for Hornets Celtics. We do like that over quite a bit. We also like the Grizzlies to cover 7 at Denver, even though they're on a back-to-back. It's just too many points for this Denver team that have not played well against good teams. You can still pick up a 7 as it stands currently. Last bet on the day is over 239. That number is no longer available. The entire board is around 241. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't play it over 240.5. Yeah, you can't even play that. You can play at 241. Look, it's up to you whether you want to chase steam. We're sitting happy with our 239. In terms of spots I'm looking at Warriors, Blazers under 227, looking at Raptors plus 11, and looking at Kings Clippers over. But that'll be it for me. Probably won't be back for another 2 days. So make sure you go follow me on Twitter. We still will be tweeting out bets as we place them. Until next time, let's get them books salty.